All right, well, here we are again to dive into what our Sunday sermon is going to be about. Last week, we got started on our story in Ruth with Ruth chapter 1. This week, we're going to move on to chapter 2. We get introduced to a new character here, one of our other main characters. Last week, it was all about the women. It was about Orpah and Ruth and Naomi, who are making their stamp on the story. And that continues this week with Naomi and Ruth. But now we get Boaz, who jumps into this story in a new way, and we get to find out at least a little bit about him. We get some details as he's interacting with Ruth. Then we get some additional details as Naomi has a conversation with Ruth after she's been out harvesting all day. We're going to focus on a lot of different things this week. Again, as I emphasized last week, I want you to pay attention to the characters. You know, this is a drama being played out before us in this story. And it would almost be fun to have people acting this out during our worship time. We don't have time to do that, but that would be a neat way to kind of experience it as well, because this is a play. It reads as though it's a drama. You see characters coming and going and having conversation and interacting and doing their thing. And so pay attention to the characters, pay attention to where they are and how they're behaving and the way that they're interacting with the other characters. Pay attention to our new character, to Boaz. How is he treating Ruth? Why is he treating her the way that he is? All of these kind of questions are really important and really good to kind of dive into. So obviously, we're going even deeper with the story this week. We're progressing the story, but we're not to the end yet. We don't know. I'm sure a lot of us know what's coming ultimately because we've read the story before. But for our purposes right now in our series, we don't know what's coming next. And that's kind of fun. It makes it enjoyable because we're not entirely sure what's going to happen next. So Ruth, what we do see with Ruth is that she's a hard worker, that she wants to provide for her mother-in-law as well as herself. And that's incredibly admirable in Ruth. She is somebody that we ought to look to as being a great example of somebody who has that care and love toward others and that responsibility to go and make it happen. So we're going to look at Ruth in particular this week, but also all those interactions I already talked about. So I hope that you're enjoying getting into this story, and I'm looking forward to going through chapter 2 with you on Sunday. So if you can make it, I hope to see you there. If not, you can catch the sermon on our website after. But I really hope that I get to see you Sunday. And if you're there, that's awesome. Have a great rest of the week, and God bless.